Awesome. Hey, everybody. This is Ted Drozdowski, Senior Editor at Premier Guitar, and we're here at the Stone Tone booth. And, of course, this is George Lynch, and George is going to tell us about a pair of new Mr. Scary guitars, and I'm just going to turn it right over to George, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing up. We got two Mr. Scary twins. These are the Evil Twins. They're burnt tigers. They are identical, except for one feature. This one has the Stone Tone granite block on it. Massive sustain, tons of mass, tons of sustain, transfers all that energy right up through to the body, and you really for the bottom line for a player, what the tactile differences, you get kind of a touch thing that is almost indescribable, but is very friendly to touch sensitive players. Sonically, it's just a little warmer. And it's just a little friendlier. It's just a little bit mellower. And it's a subtle thing, but it's one of those things I like to say is it's that extra 10% that means everything. So you can get a guitar to 90%, you're like, okay, 90%, it's almost 100%. Really, everything lives in that other 10%. So little subtle things you do with like your effects and your guitar cabling and your pickups and your fret wire and all those kinds of things can really make the difference between having something that's really results in an instrument that inspires you, and I think that's what this does for me. I'm going to play. I just played this guitar with the Stone Tone block. I'm going to switch guitars real quick, if that's okay.
Great.
I'll play the same exact guitar, same exact wood, same exact neck, same exact pickups, everything else, same construction, but with just the stock block, and you'll see the difference. George, a little bit harsher. It's still great, but wouldn't have a problem with it if you didn't know, you know. Same key. So it's a little thinner, and it doesn't quite have that low mid resonance and that sweetness. Sweetness, I would say, would be the one word if you could add a word to it. It takes a little bit of the harshness out.
Would you tell us about the pickups, the electronics, the bar on this guitar?
Yeah, absolutely. These single coils are single coil that are made by ESP in Japan, that they made in the late 80s and early 90s. They're rails, the double rails, and they're. I bought the remaining inventory of these from ESP, and now this pickup is the Seymour Duncan Hunter, which is a ceramic Alnico hybrid, and it was basically the Dockenbucker. It's the pickup that I used in the Dokken era that the custom shop used to wire for me. So it's, it's PAF on steroids, like everything else, and then. Now the bridges, we've got the stainless steel and titanium inserts. We got tie here as well, and in there reverse banana headstock with Goto tuners. This particular guitar has nickel frets on it, jumbo 6200s. I've got this new feature that I tried that. It fits right into the cavity, and you've got more mass and more sustain and more stability. So this is the first guitar I've tried this on. So I've just installed this for this guitar for the NAMM show. I'm still working on this. It seems to work fine.
And is this something you developed yourself?
No. This is something that a gentleman in Palmdale, California, came up with, and he just works out of his house. And I'm a big fan of the underdog and the working man. So. Yep. I thought he had a really good idea, and somebody turned me on to it. So I bought a few of those, and I installed them, and and we'll see where it goes. Just got my 4-bolt neck plate on there. Yep. This is number 87. There's a real no sequence there. I haven't built 87 guitars, but whatever. I just put random numbers on there. Unfinished neck is just sealed with oil. It's a wide flat 45 millimeter maple neck with the rosewood board, and then we got mother of pearl dot inlays, 16-inch radius. It's not a compound radius, it's 16-inch radius. Number 10 nut, which I like to use because it conforms to the radius, the higher radius. If you put a number 5 nut on there, then you get a 10-inch radius, which, what's the point of a 10-inch radius on a 16-inch radius neck? So that's what we're doing there.
You've got one volume knob.
Yeah, floating bridge. This is sort of my base model. I've been doing this for 8.5 years now, and started doing it when ESP gave me license to go ahead. And I originally was working out of ESP shop, had my own shop there, and started out by modifying ESPs cosmetically and electronically, and then moved into doing my own necks and bodies. I'm not a full-on luthier. I'm still taking luthier lessons, and I have a lot of people work with me that do some of the harder stuff that I don't trust myself to do for someone else. I did build a neck on my own. It's on a guitar that I play, but I wouldn't sell that to anybody because I made a lot of mistakes. So
who's doing the top carving on this? You do the carving. Okay.
I do the carving. I have a template for this design, which has been modified over the years. I use a 1/4-inch bit, with a Bosch hand router, and I do all this. And then Dremel, Dremel the edges. Then I just sand for days with aluminum oxide paper, all the way up to 320 or whatever it is, and then I burn it. And I have a combination of different stains I use depending on what the customer wants. And then I finish it off with just a rattle can nitro finish with amber tint, which gives it this kind of little greenish hue to it. And my spray booth is my backyard, and a coat hanger on a lemon tree.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't work on windy days or in the rain. Yeah. Low overhead.
And are these currently available?
Yeah, MrScaryGuitars.com.
Excellent, superb. And what are they retailing? What's the price range on these?
This guitar is around $5. But you can George Lynch to make your guitar for you, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity, which is like frameable kind of piece of art that I do. Well, it's not really art, but whatever. It looks pretty. It's not just typed out or something. And hard shell case and a lifetime warranty. The only thing I just don't tell you whose lifetime. Could be my great grandmother Agnes. You never know, right? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, George. I really appreciate you being here with us.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Say hi to Brett.
No, thank you. And
now we're fighting.
Exactly. And thank you for being with us here. For more updates on NAMM 2020, go to PremierGuitar.com, and think about tuning into our YouTube channel and signing on to that, will you? Take care. Thanks again, George.
All right.